My first ever recorded lucid dream was a year and a half ago. The lucid dream only took like a few seconds, but it was amazing. Not that I did something amazing, because I just stood there and looked at a desert city. But the feeling of being lucid really stuck with me. It really was some sort of eye-opener in that sense. A month or so later, I got my second lucid dream. It was a pretty weird one, because I fell asleep inside of a dream, and I dreamt inside of a dream, and in that dream, I was lucid. But then I immediately got on the fly, and then boom, I woke up inside of that dream, and I was not lucid anymore. So I was lucid in a dream in a dream. So it's a bit crazy, but yeah, it was very short. So it's like, it really wasn't a nice one, right? But a half year or so ago, I had my third one. I tried lucid dreaming again, but it didn't really work as good. It was a crazy lucid dream though, I cannot explain it at all, but it had to do with reality checking, with like reality checks, and it was pretty crazy. But no, it was very short. I didn't do anything like cool. Mainly it was just a very weird thing, that's all. But you might have seen my video about the easy way to get lucid dreams. In that video, I discussed 3 things you do for 3 weeks, and I said I think you can get a lucid dream in these 3 weeks, right? I think you can. Well, 6 weeks later, at that point, I didn't have any. I was following it, but quite barely. And then I stumbled upon a book. One of the best books ever written about this subject. I think it's the book where literally almost everything, every single like knowledge about lucid dreaming comes from. Because it covers a very wide variety of techniques and preparation and all of that stuff to literally make sure you're gonna have lucid dreams. I'm currently following that book, but I'm also going to make a full guide on that book, which will be very nice if you're just starting out with lucid dreaming. That guide will help you very much. But now, this night actually, I had my first lucid dream in a long time by following the book. The things I did in the dream were quite interesting. So I was in some sort of attraction park, or like in a roller coaster, like some kind of fantasy roller coaster, right? Where you go on a ride to look at stuff, right? So it's not like a scary roller coaster, it's just some elves or some stuff maybe, right? And whilst I was there, I think I asked the guy controlling the roller coaster to let me out, and or some stuff, like I don't know, I didn't say anything I think, but I just kind of stepped out of the roller coaster, and I stepped all the way through until like the end for some weird reason, I don't know. And I think then I looked at something, like at some text, and I looked at it, and I looked away, and I looked again back at the text, because I've been doing this reality check like a ton. Literally, bro. Wait, no signal. No, no signal. Okay, I'm fine, I think. So, literally, I've been doing this a ton and a ton and a ton. And I did it in a dream eventually. And then I was like, wait, how that minute? I think something like that. I think something clicked at that point. So something weird clicked at that point, I think. Like it felt kind of weird. I can't explain how it felt, but it felt pretty weird, I think. And then I was in a gateway, right? In the gateway, in the gateway for the roller coaster, like at the end of it, where you step out. And I think either I teleported in the air and went up flying, or I got outside of the gateway and ended up flying there. I think there was something to do with teleportation, but I am not sure. So I can't confirm that, actually. Like, I'm not sure anymore. And eventually I ended up flying, right? And the dream was very stable, actually. It wasn't too vivid at all, but I was controlling it in some way. And I ended up going in the air, and I realized, like, I saw there were a lot of like dark clouds, and it was like it kind of had like a rainy, thunderous vibe, right? Like, it didn't rain or thunder, but it had like very dark clouds, and I didn't even see any blue sky at all. And I was flying there, just literally only with these clouds for like a couple of seconds, right? Let's say maybe like 10, maybe a minute or so. I don't know. Like, I have no watch on my dreams, and I wished that there would be a jungle soon. So the way it works is like you wish that if you're flying, for example, in the clouds or some stuff, you then wish that, for example, there is a jungle in a couple of seconds, right? And like 10 seconds flying, there will be a jungle. I wish that there will be a jungle. And I think I ended up sawing the jungle, or just no. I'm not very clear on that, but I think jungle indeed like existed in my mind, and somehow I'm able to confirm, but I don't think I actually saw it, which is pretty weird. Dreams are quite weird, and I think then the dream ended. So it was actually, I had a good level of control and consciousness somehow, although I don't find the dream as vivid, because I mainly had like only really my visual spectrum was vivid in some way. Like, I didn't feel like wind or some stuff whilst I was flying, which I had actually expected. I only really noticed the visual field of the dream, which I found pretty strange. That this may be through a lack of vivid. I don't know how you say it, but like lack of vividness. But yeah, that was my first lucid dream, and I got it by following my step-by-step guide that I'm making. Technically the guide from the book. And you will want to follow it. It's gonna be very epic and very informative, and it will get you. The point of the guide is not only to get you to your first lucid dream, it's to get you to a regular lucid dreaming basis. And I think after that guide is finished, I will explore the world of lucid dreaming and then try and make a guide of how to master. So maybe heal from some stuff, or like some weird ass things. But as you probably know, I'm not yet there at all. I'm very excited to talk to my consciousness, but I think the next step I'm gonna take is to try and like firebend, to make like some fire, because that actually is something you cannot do at all in real life. Flying, I mean, you can get in like a helicopter, like in some like plane or some stuff. But like actual like bending materials, that I think that will be very cool to explore. But I'm also very excited about talking to my consciousness, to like dream characters. I'm very excited to see the reactions and stuff. I'm not like I'm doing a lot of reality checks, right? So I'm doing a lot of texts, and I'm also checking what I would be doing a couple of minutes ago. Now I am at, I think, the fourth chapter or the fourth step in the actual like lucid dreaming phase. So after the preparation phase in the book, right? You have like a preparation phase, and then you have like the techniques and stuff. I think I'm at like the fourth technique, and I think it's actually working pretty well. I'm visualizing some stuff. I'm really checking my consciousness a lot during the day, and I am using like some kind of relaxation technique, like a focused relaxation technique to fall asleep even quicker actually than normal, which is actually pretty nice. But it's pretty hard sometimes. If you're like very tired, it's hard to do it. But I like doing it a lot sometimes. But with that, I will end the video because I can't grab like the entire like legitimate guide at all in this video. If you're curious to when it will drop, it will take quite a few weeks to drop it. Like a few weeks, bro. It's gonna be a lot of value to watch. But I hope you gained some value here, like checking texts and especially writing dreams down. Right? Writing dreams down is very important. If you don't do it, you will fail, no cap. But yeah, with that, I will end the video and goodbye. Have a nice one, mate.